And on top of the dog situation, nigga, you told me the last dog that you had in the yard that you starved to death because the neighbors was feeding the dog and you didn't want the neighbors to feed the dog, whatever, And you stopped them from feeding the dog and you wound up starving the dog to death. So, nigga, what you gonna do with this other one? You said you didn't want her. You said you was gonna give her away. I'm like, I'll take her off your hands, but while I'm here, you know what I'm saying? I'll walk her, I'll feed her, and that's exactly what the fuck I was doing. But she shitting and pissing, Chris. Nigga, she shitted one time, nigga. That's because I fed her. You ain't feed her since she been there. Whatever the case may be. Dog. So it was, you know, it, it, before he gave me the dog, before I even went in the room to see the dog, the room didn't smell like it was a dog in there. You know what I'm saying? It was the old smell because it's so cold in the motherfucking house that the cold kind of froze that shit off the smell over. It was dried up shit in there that didn't even smell. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna sweep this shit up, put it in the box, or whatever the case may be. I cleaned the fucking room up. I fed her. I walked her. So what the fuck is he talking about? She's shitting and pissing. I'm gonna put her in the yard. Nigga, you ain't put her in the yard since we been there. And I was just like, yo, I don't understand. So you want to go back and forth with me about this dog shit? And I'm just like, you ain't listening. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, what are you talking about? You getting loud and shit. And I'm like, yo. So y'all need to stop. I'm like, yo, just take me back to where the fuck I was at, yo. Just take me back to where I was at. It's not making no sense for me to be here. It's not. It's really not because I'm sitting in this shit. And I'm just like, whatever. Like, I guess as long as I'm not sitting around some other negative energy, I'm all right. Like, I can kind of deal with this. But on some real shit, I didn't want to deal with it, but I was in a situation like, all right, well, I'm tight for cash, and, this is where I'm at. I can lay my head and get my mind right somewhat. At least I thought. But I'm like, this nigga, he just like, yo, the nigga was going, and I'm like, you talking about you got PlayStation 4 and all this other shit, or whatever the case may be, PlayStation 5. I don't know what the fuck it is. I don't play PlayStation like that. I don't really give a fuck about it. You got this, I got 2K, such and such, this, that, and third. I'm like, all right, so he hooks it up last night. This nigga got one fucking game on his joint. One game on his joint. I'm just like, yo, this nigga is tripping. I'm like, yo, Dad, why you tell me this nigga is nuts? Like, are you serious? This nigga out of his mind. And I was just like, at first, I wasn't letting it get to me. I wasn't letting it affect me at all. But I'm just like, yo, the shit you talking about, it ain't making no sense because I'm doing exactly what you asked me to do about a dog. You talking about get some plastic. Nigga, how I'm gonna get the plastic? You can't even get it. This was your dog before Saturday, cuz. It's only fucking Monday. This was your dog before Saturday. How you give me all the responsibilities about a dog that I walked at least about fucking times since then? You talking about bro, she shit it one time. She shit it twice because I fed her. And that was the only time I fed her. I cleaned it up. I took her out. Did you discipline her? Nigga, I took her outside. It's not my dog. Like, I just got the dog. Like, you talking about some discipline her to take her. And nigga, I took her dog outside and your dog outside. I'm not understanding something. Something's like, yo, I'm not getting something. You arguing with me, like, on some hardcore shit. Like, you really believe the shit that's coming out your fucking mouth. I'm like, this shit ain't making no sense. And I'm just like, yo, just take me back where the fuck I was at. Where you going? I don't know, dog. Hopefully I can get to where the fuck I can go. I want to go. I'm like, this shit ain't making no sense. Like, I gave him, $70. We got the radiator. You ain't said nothing since Friday. This is the first time I'm hearing about a bit about the radiator since Friday. I was like, if I don't say nothing, I let shit rock. Oh, you gotta speak up. I speak up. I say something. Oh no, you gotta watch what you say. Oh, you gotta, like, like what the fuck? Like, I can't win for losing. On some real shit, like on some real shit, I'd rather be in a fucking shelter, you know what I mean, where I can lay my head, get a meal, and just be cool, because it ain't making no sense, dog. Like, I can't be at my mom's house, because nigga, as soon as you cough up, you got coronavirus. You clear your throat, she want to come up here and upstairs and start spraying shit. I'm like, this shit ain't making no sense. But y'all the ones that's sick. Y'all the ones that keep getting the shot and the boost. I'm like, I can't be the fuck over there, because we got into some shit about, some corona shit. On some COVID shit. We got into some COVID shit. And I'm just like, yo, I wasn't even around for like 2.5 years. Now I'm kind of like, all right, like trying to, mend things back together. And, she's this the shit that happens again. And maybe it ain't them. Maybe it's me. But like, like, I don't even start the negative shit. Like, I don't start no shit. Just because I voice my opinion now, you wrong, you out of place, this, that, and the third. But y'all niggas can speak to me any old fucking way y'all want, or any way y'all think y'all want. And me not say nothing or sit back there and take that shit like, nigga, like I ain't 37 years old. Like y'all niggas on some other shit. I don't get it, man. Like, on some real shit, bro. I'm lucky for the little bit of people that I got in my corner, dog, on some real shit. I just, I don't know where the fuck I'm gonna be at. I know I'm gonna be up. I just don't know when the fuck it's gonna happen. I know I'm gonna be up. I just don't know when it's gonna happen. But this shit between my fucking loved ones, dog, and my family, bro, and niggas who you wanna call your loved ones are close to you, this shit ain't making no sense. It's like I'm crashing heads with them more than anybody else. It's not making no sense. Like, how motherfuckers not understanding where I come from or the logic that I'm bringing to the table, and y'all sitting up there like, oh no, it's not this, it's that, it's this, and I'm just like, wait, I get what you're saying, bro, but I did everything you asked me for. I go over somebody, I'm chilling. I don't do no dumb shit. I ain't like, bro. My dad leave the house because apparently his wife, my stepmom, run him off at 6 o'clock in the morning. She wake up and she start slamming, dresser drawers and shit. And she, mean mugging everybody. And then like, so he questioned her about like, what's wrong? So now they get into a fight. Whatever. He left. That was fucking Thursday, 2 weeks ago. Some shit like that. Oh, we link up. He come get me last week Thursday. Because, I'm like, she mean mugging me now. She rolling her eyes at me. And I'm like, wait, I ain't do nothing. The reason I'm up here is because I was in a car accident. My car was in the junkyard. I'm trying to get my stuff out my car. We tried to get the radiator for another car so I can get back and forth to making some money. Now, I'm stuck bouncing from house to house, trying to find either a place to lay my head, take a shower, get some work, or whatever the case may be. And it's like, shit, you told my baby brother to get, he can get the fuck out if he ain't feel, like he wanted to be there. But I'm like, yo, the energy since I was a young boy, been on some foul shit. You been on some fake shit. My dad was the only one to take the tension away when he's there. You put on that, hey, son, this, that, and all that other shit. But I'm like, I really know how you feel. Like, and then you just tell Shakur if he don't feel like, such and such, he can get the fuck out. And I'm just like, but, you making that indirect statement to me as well, because you looking at him and you making a statement. Then you saying, well, yeah, if you're not making it comfortable for everybody, he can just get the fuck out. But I'm like, where he gonna go? I said, bro, you got it better than I do. I said, my mom told me to get the fuck out 2 weeks before my 18th birthday. So I'm like, and I'm not trying to to say that to make him feel sour about it. I was just trying to prove a point. I'm not, at least you still here. At least you can handle that shit. Like, I can't handle that shit, dog. I can't, like, the disrespect and the energy, dog, and you know, like, I'm in the same house with the same person, and I'm saying, hey, good morning, and you rolling your eyes, and you know, it's a delayed response, like, you know, you like, I'm like, hey, good morning, you like, hey, good morning. I'm like, what kind of shit is that, yo? That's some like, yo, like, I can't be over there. Then my dad, he just like, he not stationary. He going through a lot as well. But the fact of the matter is, like, you know, you take me from one spot to where I was, to over there, and you thought that was the safest place and, you know, the most mentally stable place for me to be at. And nigga, you wasn't there. You stayed with me. You stayed over there one night, and then for the rest of the weekend, you was gone till Monday. So if it's not a good, mentally stable place for you to be at, how do you pick the same place for me to be at, and then actually wind up leaving for like the whole weekend? So I'm out there fending for myself, all kind of shit. Like I be out West Philly, like, you know what I'm saying? Like he's really, blood or whatever the case may be. Like I get that somebody that you trust, you know what I mean? But y'all been through the loop. Y'all been through ups and downs and all this other shit. I ain't been in them type of conditions. And I damn sure ain't gonna be in them type of conditions, just because, you think that's, the safest place for me to be at. I'm like, I'd rather just, that's why I wish I had my car. I wish I had my car. Because I'd rather fucking sleep in my fucking Jeep than to be anywhere else where, I'm inconveniencing somebody else. Like my first thing is, if I'm an inconvenience, don't have me. Don't have me. And that's crazy because, we talking about my mom, my stepmom, and I'm talking about my mom, and I'm talking about I ain't talking about nobody else outside of this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like that shit hurt. Like when you can't be at your loved one's house, you know what I'm saying? Like your direct loved ones, you know what I'm saying? Like your grandma, your mom, your dad, shit like that. This ain't my uncle, my aunt house, you know what I'm saying? This ain't my grandma's crib. This is, my direct bloodline. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't even talking about my stepdad. My stepdad cool. He out in Jersey. We ain't got no problem. I ain't got no problems with him. None. Not one. The problems I'm having is the ones that I'm trying to, men's relationship with. I should be cool with. Oh, speak to your mom. This, that, and the third. You know what? When I speak to my mom, I go through shit like this. When I'm cool, when I don't speak to, I'm cool. I love you, everything like that. I wish you well, but I don't receive the fucking energy. I'm not gonna be around some shit where motherfuckers gonna treat me like a fucking punching bag. That don't make no sense. That means I'm the cause of that shit because I allow that shit. I keep going around the dumb shit. It don't make sense, man, for you to keep going around the same dumb shit. I'm not gonna do that. That's keeping my fucking energy low and walking on eggshells because I don't know when the fuck you gonna snap about some dumb shit. I talk about the dog, oh, this, that, and the third. Oh, you wanna snap? Oh, no, I don't wanna snap. I cough because my sinuses is acting the fuck up. Oh, come up the stairs and spray me in the mouth with fucking Lysol. Oh, now that's a problem. Go to my stepmom's house. She chased my dad off. He because the energy wrong. They've been together for, I don't know, 20-some years. She called 18 years old. That's my baby brother. And I'm just like, you know, I, I don't get shit. Like, bro, I never see people wake up like angry or upset at everybody. Ain't nobody even fuck up. You mad at every fucking body. Like, what sense does that make? So I'm just like, yo, I don't want to be around that shit, because now that he left, now the tension is like, like it is, like I always thought it was. So now I gotta go over here and pretend like, like she like me, or pretend like I don't know that you don't want me here. Pretend to talk to me and all this other shit. You don't have to, yo. I want people to keep the same energy because I know when I'm up, dog, like I don't have to fuck with none of y'all. Like, on some real shit. None of y'all. I ain't saying that my dad, did anything wrong, but that's the situation that's the only thing that he know. If that's the case, you know what I'm saying? There's other places, but that's the only nigga that he trusts. That's the only nigga that is gonna be judge free or some real shit. I can see why he gonna be judge free, nigga. You can't judge nobody in the conditions that you in. And I'm not saying that, it was a bad, it's a bad condition, but I'm just like, for me, dog, like, for me, it was just different. And I'm not used to that shit. You're not gonna have me up here like, you know, uh, yeah, you got a spot to stay at. Where? Nigga don't have an air mattress, a bed, or nothing. I'm on the fucking floor in a rocking chair. Like, huh? Since fucking Friday. You know what I'm saying? But I know how to eat shit, though. And this is what I do. But that's the crazy thing, because your family swear they love you. As soon as something happens to you, they boo-hooing and crying and all the extra shit. But they don't know what the fuck you gotta do day in and day out just to make it. You know what I'm saying? Where I gotta lay my head at. Where I'm walking to. How I'm doing certain shit. You know